Hey everybody, just thought I'd make a quick video on my way home. So what I'm going to try to do, I was thinking about this the other day, and bushcraft kits and all the really expensive gear you can buy. When I started this bushcrafting little adventure, when it caught my interest, I was a grad student. I know I'm kind of old, but yeah, you go back to college at 40, you end up being a 45-year-old grad student. Anyway, I didn't have a lot of money. That's a bit of an understatement. I had no money, nothing. I was so broke I could barely feed myself. So Dave Canterbury, the Pathfinder School, he had a video series on budget bushcraft, discount stuff. About I think it's 7 videos, and they're pretty old. They're 11 years old now. They were about 4 years old, like 2010. Yeah, they were about 4 years old when I saw them for the first time. So about 2013, 2014 was when I saw them first. And I thought, I could maybe do that. So I scrounged together stuff that I had at the house. Got a lot of stuff at Goodwill and thrift stores and bargain bins. So it wasn't like a top-of-the-line kit. There's certainly no silky gomboy in my pack. I don't have a fancy Swedish hatchet. Most of this stuff was scavenged, i.e. my axe, my hatchet. I'll show it. It's silly, but I think it's a boy's axe. I think it might even be a 2-pound axe with a hatchet handle. So it's huge. It's unruly. It'll chop the heck out of some wood. But I just thought, I know there's some things I can't show you, like some of the upgrades I made after the fact. Like the knife I upgraded almost immediately to a carbon steel, high carbon steel Mora, which wasn't a huge upgrade, right? But the knife I was using, I got for Christmas somewhere. And so what we're going to do when I get home is we'll get all that stuff together, and I'll show you, from what I can remember, was the original Clockham Craft bushcraft kit. And it'll be a trip down memory lane for me, and I'll probably get to laugh and wonder why the heck I was doing what I was doing. But if you don't have a lot of money, this is easy to do. It's simple. You don't need all that much. Horace Kephart went out into the woods with very minimal kit, and the knife he carried, and George Washington Sears is the same way. The knives they carried were just kitchen knives. In fact, all mountain men, or I shouldn't say all, but a good portion of mountain men, that's what they had. It was had a high utility. Could use it for a lot of things. It is durable and commonly found. So I think that's another thing that old Mr. Canterbury talks about, is just like common tools for the common man. And just, you go with something purchase as much quality as you can afford. I don't know if I'm saying that the way that makes any sense. In other words, yeah, you can get away with a $10 knife, but a little upgrade, $20 more. Now maybe you got a Condor, or you got something that's a little bit more sturdy, more durable, has a little bit more functionality to it. I went from a stainless steel blade to a high carbon steel blade. So now I could always strike sparks off a ferrocerium rod with the stainless knife, but I couldn't strike sparks off of it with a piece of flint. So you have to carry extra steel. You go to the Mora high carbon steel knife, Mora Companion is what I got, HD actually. And now that'll throw sparks off the spine with a piece of flint. So, you know, it's just upgrades, and that's what I've got. And my original upgrade to the knife, that's what I can't find. I cannot find my Mora Companion HD. Oh well, I suppose. So, when we get home, we'll tear into this, get this all set up, do another quick little video, and we'll get right back with you in short order. Hey everybody, welcome back to Clockham Craft. Like I was saying, I thought we'd go over this first kit I made. Let's get on it. Okay. Well, let's start with the bag first. This is a fuel. They used to sell them at Costco. I bought this at Goodwill for, I want to say $3.99. I added these. The only thing that was wrong with it was this zipper pull right here. Did not have a pull. Problem solved. It's your typical Scholastic backpack. One thing I did like was this rubber bottom, so I could set it down on something wet and I wouldn't get the insides, the contents soaking wet. Got nice padding on the back, breathes pretty well. I actually used this in college for a while because it holds pretty good. So $3.99 at Goodwill. Can't see me, but that's all right. Too many pockets for my taste. I don't keep a lot of stuff in some of these pockets. So let's start with right here. 2 55-gallon drum liners. You know all the reasons, so. But that was item number one. And like I said, I did this when I didn't have a lot of money. So I'm pretty sure I scavenged these off of work or something. There, I'll just kind of lay them out like that so I can put my other gear on it. So, right here, always right here, fire kit. Got a ferrocerium rod, Ranger banded to the outside. We've been through this kit before, so we won't get too excited. I'm dropping black things on black paper, that's not smart. Got this rather large Ziploc bag, I don't know where it came from. It's got some cedar in there for fire starting, tinder, whatever. And that's all that's in there for the fire. In this pouch, this is the knife I started with. It's a Leopold. It has a decent 90-degree spine on it, but it's stainless. I mean, it's a pretty knife, but can't strike sparks off the spine with it. This was a gift. No idea how much it cost. I have a spoon, something to read and to kind of help me in my bushcrafting knowledge. I have this folding buck knife, lock blade. This thing's been around with me for quite a while. I won this as a door prize. And I have an extra Ranger band around the outside of it. So there's a couple of cutting tools I got. I think it might be the only ones I got. And then, what's in here? Nothing in there. pen and paper. This isn't a Write in the Rain. I think it's a Moleskine. But the pen is this little tiny thing. Just twist it. It's got a stylus on the end, so it's a little bit handy. And that to hold it tight. So that's all that stuff. Next pouch right here. Very easy to get to. I have got in here somewhere old headlamp with some extra batteries. This is a simple Energizer. I think it cost me 20 bucks. I got it originally for hunting camp several years before I started doing this. So it's old, it still works, everything works. I got it Ranger banded together. Got the red light and the white light, and nothing fancy at all. I think you can get them for about $15 now. So that's that pocket. Okay, let's go to this pocket. In here I've got another lighter and some matches and some oatmeal and not zipped up, but you get the idea. A little bit of food if I get hungry. Pair of gloves that were given to me. First aid kit that I built myself out of an old camera case. And there's a couple of maxi pads, alcohol towels, neomycin, cut stuff. In here I've got, it's like a hygiene kit, so it's first aid hygiene. There's a tampon in there, lots of uses for that. Carmex, lots of uses for that. Twine, a few meds, some hand sanitizer, personal hygiene kit, and then in here in this pouch, I don't know, I always don't look. I got a couple of nitrile black gloves. There is a single-use super glue for gluing up wounds and whatnot. You get these at the dollar store. You get 4 or 5 of them for $1. And then a couple more ranitidine acid reducer. I guess it's probably not ranitidine. That goes to the glue. And this here is a, you know, I thought that was a razor blade. Yeah, it is a razor blade. Oh, I was gonna say, you know what, in this entire kit you're not gonna find one sail needle. I was wrong. There we go. Sail needles. I didn't even know I'd found those. That was the one thing I was gonna say I don't have, but I guess I do. So that's a first aid kit, hygiene kit. Go over here into this big one. Now, this isn't the way I normally carry this, but this is my original axe. It's a monster. It's really heavy. I think what I probably should do is kind of get rid of some of this weight, turn it into a bearded axe. It'd look a lot better. But it needs a new handle. It's kind of sat out in the weather. I was using it as a hatchet and then lost it. I found it. I found it behind the wood pile. It fell back there. But found this, bought this at the hardware store I was working at. 10 bucks maybe, I suppose. Was that axe? Let's drag this stuff out just a little bit more so you can see it better. Okay. Leather cutting device. This has its own little sheath. Like I said, you're not going to find a silky gone boy here. This is a Corona saw. It served me pretty well. It's done pretty good. Positive lock. Locks open and closed. It's got that super sharp spine that all these saws do for striking a ferrocerium rod. Kind of handy. Oh, and it has this case, so I can, and it's got a belt hook on it, so I can just clip it on my belt as it may be. On this side probably. My knife on the other side. This was just in the pack because I don't wear it anymore. The OG cook kit. what's really funny about this is Dave Canterbury was talking about these things, and this is a Lifeline like he was looking at. It's not a clean canteen that I picked up for $3.99 at Goodwill. I have another one that's brand new, also $3.99. I added this so when I'm cooking I can just take this off and hang it up on something or put it in my belt loop and not lose it. And then this cup was a $1.99 or $2.99 out of Goodwill. So that's Goodwill. This I purchased new. It was $10. $10 at our local Buy Mart. I had the spoon. So I haven't spent a lot of money here, obviously. I bought some paracord to do things with. I thought this might be handy. This was like $1 at the dollar store, just for kneeling on or sitting on. And then at the bottom here, this was for maintenance. And I got a couple Ranger bands, and this is an old Levi leg. I don't know, could be used for char cloth, could be used for all kinds of things. And this is a piece of leather, and inside here I have a sharpening stone. I got this at Harbor Freight, I think, and it's garbage. It's terrible. It's got a rough side and a smooth side. To be honest, I don't know how you tell which is which, but I can at least put another edge on my knife or my axe with this. And then the leather, if you saw how that was wrapped up, I typically just take this, get it good and tight, then I can set it down and I can just drop my knife. Finishing touches. The only thing else I got in here is just some extras. Got an extra pair of wool socks in case my feet get wet. I paid these were on clearance at Walmart. I think I got 3 pair of them for $5 or something. And then this beanie, it's nothing fancy. It's just not wool or anything. It was just something my mom made me, so I had that. My cotton bandana, I didn't have one, but I did have this from riding motorcycle. So it's cotton, and it's formed to fit my head, so it will be could filter water with it, turn it into char cloth, whatever. The time I started doing this, I was working as a janitor, and I cleaned the meat cutting room, and they like to use these cotton gloves. These were free, and they're not durable like leather, but they are an extra bit of protection. Get something out of the fire. I get a wound on my hand, I cover it up with this. Again, could make char cloth out of them. Never done anything to them. I'd probably cut the fingers off if I was going to do anything with them. But those have lived in here for quite a while. And then I have, I already got the gloves out. And then some merino wool long johns, top and bottom. I picked these up at Costco. They weren't very expensive, and they are ridiculously warm. So that and some socks, and that's everything. That's everything that's in this pack. That's everything I started with. Oh no, whoop, oh, my maps. Forgot my maps. These are DNR maps of the area I go into. They're green dot maps. You get them. This was free. This probably was the most expensive. Probably cost me $40. $40 for this. And that's everything. That is what I started my bushcraft journey with. See? Nothing fancy. Yeah. That's how we started. And we did a couple upgrades. That whole kit, everything included, is 17 pounds. 17 and a half to be exact. So it's not, it's counting the pack, it's everything. Okay. So like I said, it doesn't take a whole lot to get going on a bushcraft journey. In fact, it takes so little. Let me show you what my first upgrades were. First off, I bought a tarp. Now, I didn't spend a lot of money. This tarp I think is a 5x7, so it's not great. And I think it cost me $2, $1.99 somewhere. Since we are in the bushcraft, oh shit, I'm not showing nothing. So this is the new stuff. So since we're doing the bushcraft, I bought a bucksaw blade, and I got several ways of attaching it. There's a couple of nuts and bolts. These D-rings were a thought of mine that I could just leave on there, and then when you tension it up, I have built a bucksaw with this. It's kind of handy. Bought a tarp, I bought the bucksaw blade, I bought what do you call one of these things? Waterproof bag. I can haul more stuff. I can haul water in this. I can store water in this. The very first upgrade I made, this is not necessarily an upgrade, but I won this knife. This thing is ridiculous. This is a charade. It is, I don't know, it looks like it's got a 2-inch thick blade on it. An SCHF 9. This thing is ridiculous. I don't think I could ever hurt it. So I like to bring it because this thing is hell on batoning. I mean, I can't tell you how. It's got to be an 8-inch blade. It's a big knife. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I don't like sharpening those things like that. Don't like it at all. But it was free, and came with this sheath. I mean, it's got leg ties, the whole 9 yards. But what it allowed me to do was stick a file down behind there. Now I have my stone and a file. This thing comes in handy for that axe. And also, there's this little pocket here where I stuck a ferrocerium rod that I don't know where it came from, and a Lansky Blade Medic. Obviously that's never been used. I got 2 of the Lansky Blade Medics. One of them is quite used. I more or less upgraded my plain old yarn beanie, not wool or nothing, to a smart wool beanie. Very nice, very warm. Lightweight too. I got another bandana, American flag, because I'm patriotic like that. But it's a little bit bigger than that one, and 100% cotton for all the normal reasons. This is not the Mora knife I bought to upgrade because I lost it, like I told you. This is actually a knife I want to do a review on. I bought from Walmart for $4.99. I haven't even taken the plastic thingy off of it yet, But that was, it's a rubber grip. Feels pretty good. I think it's stainless. That was the actual first upgrade. Well, they kind of came at the same time. This big charade and the Mora. I bought Mora. Added some more paracord. I think originally I had orange electrical tape. I couldn't find it. I probably used it as orange electrical tape. But here's some 1-inch Gorilla tape that goes with the next upgrade. And an additional light with some extra batteries. This light has one of those clips that can go on the bill of your hat. Like that. See that? Oh, let's see. Like that. Can also clip the other way. Slide on that way. A couple extra batteries. It's just basically on and off. Just a simple little extra light. Didn't take up much space. Didn't cost me much. I did another knife upgrade to a Condor bush lore. Scandi grind, high carbon steel. It's got a really good 90-degree spine on it. Handle feels pretty good. It's a pretty nice knife. Comes with a decent leather sheath. Only thing about the sheath I don't like is the knife will come out. But this might have been one of my big purchases at the time. $60 maybe. And then of course the cook kit got upgraded a little bit. And we've been over this. Stanley cook set with a nesting cup. And the propane cooker inside. Toilet paper. More coffee. Burner. Stove. That was that. So, as you can see, as you can see or can't see because I stuck my hand in the camera, I haven't spent a lot of money on a lot of this stuff. I have other things that are more expensive, but you're gonna say there's no compass. Well, I have my map, and I typically am not going trouncing through the woods a couple miles. I'm gonna go drive up, find a place, maybe go in a couple 100 yards, get around the creek somewhere and do some bushcraft. That's just how I do it. Camping, hunting, all this stuff can go with you. I keep hearing things sneaking up behind me. Could be a deer. They come right through here. It just goes with me. So all this extra, this new kit, it's an additional 5.5 pounds. So that brings the total kit weight up to 22.5 pounds. 23 pounds. 23 pounds altogether. Could I get rid of some of that weight? You bet your ass. This thing got to weigh a pound. This thing's so freaking heavy. Do I need 2 cook sets? No. Do I need this cook set? Probably not. During burn bans, yes, I do need this one. We just lost, our burn ban just got lifted. This will do everything I need. And actually, this is just a cook kit. I can't carry water, so the only thing I want to get rid of is 1 cup. I couldn't find my axe upgrade. I have a much smaller, much nicer hatchet that only ran me about 20 bucks. I mean, this thing was only a couple of dollars, but I did have to reform the handle and everything. Do I need 2 sets of gloves? No. The weather can change. I don't need an extra knife. I don't need I forgot. This is almost always on me too. The Finn Wolf, Scandi grind, lock back. I have knives. I got lots of knives. So not all of this stuff. When I say this added another 7 pounds, there's a whole bunch of stuff here that doesn't need to be here. what I'm saying. Like, I don't need this one. This could be a good backup knife just to throw it somewhere. I'm pretty sure. Well, let's have a look at it, shall we? Oops. Just got the look at that, no drain hole. I'm gonna have to do something about that. Oh, look at this thing of beauty. Oh yeah. So I don't know what this grain is called. I gotta figure out how you tell what grains are what in knives, because I don't know. But this has, not gonna focus on my stupid hand, but it's got a 2nd degree bevel on it. This is not a big blade. This is not thick. Ooh, it's got a decently sharp spine. Oh yeah, better knock it off, we'll start a fire. Okay, so yeah, that works just fine. Huh. The plastic sheath, like Mora, doesn't have that positive click that you get from a Mora, but you can press it in there and it's pretty sturdy. I don't know how well that's gonna work. $5. It's got a drain hole in it. This was in the fishing section, and I think it's just a stupid little bait knife, but it's got a decent edge to it. Oh, not that decent. Not that decent. There, cut a couple of hairs, but we'll do a review of this knife someday. So that's it. I'm thinking I probably get this down to about a 20-pound kit. I'd do almost everything I want to do when I get up in the woods. That'd probably do it. I think I could definitely spend a night up there if I wanted to, because I got everything I need. Still trying to hunt down a little bit of a sleep system. Trying to find a, well, that was another upgrade I made. Somewhere there's a poncho and a poncho liner. Somewhere. I've got stuff strewn from here, hither, thither, and yon sometimes. I think it's actually in the kit I use all the time now. I had to steal some of this stuff out of there. Like my folding saw, I still use that. The Condor, I use it. I do use both of these cook kits. I just don't use that giant charade much. My map, I use it, and the paracord, and the first aid and hygiene kit. But that's it. That's what I started with, and that's how I upgraded it. Now I got some more upgrades. I got an Alice pack and some other things that I like to play with, haversack. Oh. How'd you start your journey in bushcraft? What'd you start with? Did you go whole hog, buy a Hell's knife and Gansford Brook or whatever they call them fancy hatchets? Or did you kind of put together what you could put together? See how it worked and then adjusted from there? I got nothing against this $60 knife. I had nothing against my Mora companion. It's under $20. It was a great knife. It just, I think I broke the clip on it, and it just was gone one day. I used to carry that. Was my everyday carry. So let me know how you started. Leave your comments down below. Anything you can think of I missed. I know compass. I had a compass, I broke it. I don't know how. I don't know if I'm missing anything in the 10Cs, but leave me a comment if you know if you figured out what I forgot or something that would be better, or an idea. Smaller axe. Seriously though. Bearded axe. I think we can get a pound off of that thing. Maybe a slightly longer handle. Well, no, it's 16-inch handle. Yeah. If you like this, please hit the like button. If you really like it, please subscribe. And we'll come back at you as soon as we've got another video ready. Y'all have a good day. Bye.